You're listening to Behind the Bulldogs, brought to you by Ferris State Athletics.
Off the left side, to the end zone! Touchdown, Bulldogs!
If I'm even having like a bad day on the course or something, I just look down at it and just feel like thankful that I'm able to be out there.
Making sure that we're like where our feet are and we're not thinking about outside distractions.
Hello, everybody, and welcome into another exciting edition. It's episode 21 of Behind the Bulldogs. Brandon Worth, Tatum Outlaw, as always, bringing you the good stuff in Ferris State sports. Glad we are with you for another great episode, and we are approaching a very exciting time of year. Postseason is around the corner for basketball, and literally and figuratively right around the corner for track this weekend. So it's only fitting that we take a couple of track stars and bring them on the podcast.
Of course. I was talking to someone today, and they were like, how do you pick like who comes on your show? Like, you guys just keep having like great hits every time. And I was like, we just pick people and they just produce. Like, it's
produce.
The people here are just awesome. I don't know.
It is, really. I mean, we have a meticulous, 25-step process of vetting. No, I'm just kidding. There's no background. It's really not like a background check and all this stuff. No. We just have great suggestions from the fans, and we have a great creative mindset to find the right niche of people at the right time. It just works out.
Yeah, it's just been so much fun.
Yeah, and we got some great ones upcoming here, so be sure you subscribe and follow along with the podcast. We'll get to the interview with Abby Winkle as well as Emily Plouff here in just a moment, but of course, we got to get you the recap for Ferris State sports. We'll start with basketball. Dominance, 4-0 sweep, back to sweeps. We love to see sweeps in our home building, last regular season home games, and especially against Purdue. Put the hammer down on Thursday, and that momentum really carried over against two very good top four in the conference Parkside teams, and it was good to see both those teams especially bounce back from the weekend up north and really put their best foot forward going into the last part of the regular season, where we're still in the contention of maybe hosting a tournament. It's going to take a lot of help, especially on Wednesday next week, but getting them in good position going into the tournament nonetheless.
Yeah, well, and as Bronx said last week, I mean, winning as many games as you can is important, whether it's a high-ranked team in the conference or it's a low-ranked team in the conference. Like, it doesn't matter. Just getting in as many wins as possible, especially right now before GLIAC, is what is important. So to see both teams do that, I'm just really excited for them.
Yeah, momentum is key because of the fact we've seen an 8 seed win the GLIAC tournament in basketball.
Yeah.
Don't look at records. It's what team is playing best at that time, no matter the sport. And even with hockey as well, going to a tough place to play at the MAC up in Houghton. Not a good Friday night. Really got overplayed. Obviously, not a great result. But the tenacity after that first period was very, very impressive. Getting the second night win to get the split against the Huskies pretty much locks us in for the postseason. We are going dancing in for the Mason Cup. Very exciting stuff. And it's good to see them, especially taking that momentum into what's going to be a very special weekend this upcoming, honoring Coach Daniels and the seniors, both in the staff as well as the players. It's going to be an exciting weekend against Northern Michigan and a lot of expectations for this team.
If there's anything that hockey's going to do, it's bounce back. That's what they love to do. So it's exciting to see them, deal with adversity and play hard and be able to, switch things up.
Absolutely. How about track and field as well? I mean, we counted them up here. It took us a couple of doctorate math degrees to put together. I believe it was 35 top 8 finishes. Wow. 35. That's really impressive. Tune up, obviously, in the name of itself. Getting yourself rolling. It's like a broken record, right? Getting momentum going into championships this weekend. But a lot of the times, you're in a little bit of a different event, right? If you're in a longer race normally, they don't know 3K, 5K. From my experience, you're going down to the mile. You might be running an 800, so it's a little bit different in terms of how you prepare. But this team has now shown that they are very deep, and they are also have a big range, especially on the distance side. And we know what throws and sprints can do. They've been hot all year long.
I'm very impressed with them. And anytime that we have any runner on the show, I just really enjoy hearing how hard they work and seeing their hard work pay off. So keep up with track, support them. They've got GLIAC, so just give them all the love.
Travel to Saginaw this weekend. We'll get you the deets
what
upcoming.
Else are you doing?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like there's hockey here or anything like that.
Via everything. Come on.
Do everything. Yeah. You can take the phone while you're driving. No, don't do that. That's not safe. I might be hunted afterwards by the police. Anyway, we got some great things to recap as well. But before the interview, last but certainly not least, softball as well. Take it on the Dragons. I had to double check the score because I was watching the game and it was like, is this right? Are you sure? It could be flipped, And it was a really, really, really fun game. Unfortunately, coming up with the split, wanted the sweep. against a really good Tiffin team. But this team is really, we can play with anybody. We have the bats to compete with anybody. We have the pitching to win games. It's just going to be that consistency that can really prove this team is a top 3 team in the GLIAC this year.
I mean, they're just going to have to keep working hard. It's not going to be a year or a season for them where they just roll through. It's going to be a competitive game each time. So seeing how we deal with that and how we come on top is what matters most.
The GLIAC is a very dangerous conference. We learned that from Coach Bronx. The other coaches, you guys certainly went through the gauntlet in the fall. It's going to be very exciting to see how these teams do. And we will talk about some of the big matchups upcoming in Ferris State Athletics, including, is there something going on with volleyball next week? Maybe?
This week.
Is it this week? Oh boy.
Tomorrow.
We're going to have to talk about it then. But first, let's get to the interview with Abby Winkle and Emily Plouff. Now joining us here in the interview room, we have 2 very special guests joining us here on the show from women's track and field, Emily Plouff and Abby Winkle. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. Very exciting time. We are literally on the eve of GLIAC Indoor Championships. How excited are you guys just to see the team performing right now going into the championships? It seems like on a really high note.
Yeah, I think it'll be really interesting. This is like the meet that we're all anticipating for the whole season. So we've been working hard. And on the distance side, we've just been like tapering a little bit. So it'll be fun to see what we can do Saturday and Sunday.
Yes, on the sprint side too, we're very excited. We have a lot of people like in our top 10, which we're very excited about. The like performance list came out today and I was looking at them and I was like, wow, we have like a chance to do really, really well. So we've been putting in the work, we've been putting in the extra work. So yeah, I'm definitely really excited.
I really hope you guys do well. And what is your mindset like going into, because I mean, this is for all the marbles. Mm-hmm. So what's your mindset like going into, really important meets like this one?
I kind of just I don't like listen to music or anything. I just like to stay relaxed and just like soak it in because it's crazy how fast it's already been going by.
Yeah, for sure. I would say everything, especially in these past couple of weeks, just becomes like very intentional. Like everything I do, I'm thinking about like these meets and these races and just like every warm up, every recovery thing. I'm like thinking about that moment and thinking about how this is going to contribute to that, I guess. So,
for sure.
Yeah, I'm just doing what I can now so that I'm not as nervous later, so that I feel like I prepared myself and I did everything I could.
Right. You mentioned music. Sorry, I have to ask.
Yes, of course.
Pre-game rituals. Like, what do you guys, do you have any superstitions? What do you do before a meet? Is there something that you have to do or something you have to eat the night before? Tell me about it.
I'm not like crazy like the night before. I love bagels. So like in the morning, I'll always have a bagel. The bus and the van ride, I kind of just like to chill, and track's cool because usually I'm racing later in the day. So you get to like watch everyone else race, cheer them on. It kind of gets you like excited for your own race.
Love the late races. Under the lights, you get to wait all day. It's beautiful. Abby, how about you?
Yeah, I'd say the night before, I always eat salmon. I don't really know why.
Salmon?
I did it once, and it makes my muscles just feel like so good. So now it might just be in my head, honestly. But I do it every time now.
I might have to try that. You're really influencing me right now.
No, you should. I don't know if my roommates appreciate like the smell, but
sure,
they don't mind. But
whatever.
I'd say race day, I try to get as much homework done as I can on the ride there, because when I feel like I'm ambitious, then I feel like more fast, I guess. I don't really know why. But then I'm definitely a big like prayer person, like huge prayer person, and like journaler. So like on the bus ride, you'll see me like, dear God, thank you for this day. Thank you for,
That's
this
awesome.
thing that we're about to do. So yeah, definitely that.
Very cool. And when it comes to track and field, me, myself included, many other people might be, these quote unquote hobby joggers. Think track is very boring in circles. You're just going all the way around. What is it that you both love about the sport of track and field?
I think for me, I mean, it's kind of an obvious one, but like the teammates, and like I'm lucky enough to do like cross country, indoor track, and outdoor track. So you're just constantly like, we're competing 3 seasons surrounded by the same girls, good work ethic, like always coming to practice with a positive mindset. So it just makes you kind of like want to be a better person, a better runner.
Yeah, for sure. I think you said people think that track is more boring. I feel like it's almost more exciting because there's so much going on.
Well, I'm just relating what the people say.
No, and I hear that, but I think it's really fun, especially when you're passionate about it, being there, because you have like high jump going on over here, you have throws going on over here. And I think for me, it's more of a team sport because I can watch everyone else do what they're good at and like cheer for them and just like really be like excited for their successes, because like I can't throw, but I'm excited for my teammates who can throw.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it really is a big team sport.
Yeah, the energy just radiates.
Mhm.
You know, where no matter where you're at.
I always enjoy like watching track, and I'm so like envious of what you guys can do because my sport's very opposite. But I have to ask, I have some teammates that are no longer playing volleyball because they've graduated, but they have picked up running.
Oh boy.
And they're training for marathons and stuff, as people do. That's like the retired athlete thing.
That's a NARP thing.
Yeah, for better terms. It's an ARP thing. Sorry if you guys are listening. What do you guys like to listen to when you're running on your own? Is there like a specific playlist, genre of music? Do you like to listen to podcasts? What do you enjoy listening to? Gotta help my friends out.
I like podcasts. Just sometimes when I'm listening to music, I can find it like, I'm like, okay, this one song is 3 minutes. So then once it's over, I'm like, okay, there's 3 minutes. And then another song,
really
3
good
minutes.
point.
Yep.
So either podcast or it has to be like the same like vibe of music, like all country or like I like Juice WRLD and Post Malone.
Yeah.
Like so I'm like them two together. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I would say long runs, podcasts, and then shorter runs, music for me for sure. Because there's some songs when I'm listening to like, if I'm studying listening, I'm like, this is a good running song. In my running playlist. And then I'll get like excited to run to a certain song. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I have a pretty wide variety of music. I wish I could be more specific. Oh my goodness, musical songs. So Wicked right now.
That's what I was going to say.
Yes. The songs are, some of them are really long too. So
that's so true.
I was going to say, do you guys listen to Tatum and Paula? Because I don't, like, I'm very slow because I don't run long distance, but like I can hit like a 10-minute mile, okay? But Tatum and Paula, their songs are 10 minutes long. So I listen to one song.
That's perfect.
And that's perfect. So I don't know if you like their music.
Yeah, Pink Floyd gets into the double digits as well. You know, some songs in there for sure. When it comes to your journey, each of you to Big Rapids, very different, obviously. Talk about what inspired you not only to be here at Ferris State, why you chose to be a Bulldog, but even choosing college running. It's a big commitment that you're going to go through in your 4-year degree.
Yeah. I always played soccer, so I didn't start running until my freshman year of high school. So I was kind of dual sporting with both of those, and then when my junior year came around, I was like, all right, I need to like kind of lock in and focus. So when I was like touring schools, I'm from like the southeast area of Michigan. So I was like, I don't really want to go to any schools by me. So when I found out like Ferris is on the west side, I came to my official visit, just really like loved the team and everything. So yeah.
From the concrete jungle, as some would say. Shout out Brennan Kinnear if he's listening to this episode. Abby, how about you?
Yeah, I also did a pretty wide variety of sports in high school. I did track in middle school actually, but then my first years of high school, I did basketball and soccer and cross country. But cross country was always for fun. You know, I wasn't great at it, but I really liked it. It was just so much fun, the camp and everything. But yeah, it was my junior year. I was kind of thinking like during COVID, sophomore year and everything, I was like, you know, I play basketball and what I can do, like what I bring to the team is I can run down fast and be on defense. And in soccer, what I can do is run up the line to get the ball. Like, so I'm like,
it's always
maybe I'm in the wrong sport.
You notice a pattern. Yes.
Yeah. So I decided I'd try out track. And actually I had 3 really close friends that did it with me and they all like quit the week before our first meet. And so I was like, dang, do I even like want to do this? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get through the meet and then I'm going to decide what I want to do. And I like loved it. Like it was so much fun. I did high jump. I loved it. So it was just, it was great.
Very cool.
And then I guess choosing Ferris, honestly, it was really the money. Like I came here and I was like, it's not
so
expensive. Like I kind of realized like what scholarships I could get. And I was like, okay, this is affordable. So
that's a big part of it.
Everything else just worked out really well. I really like the team. I really like everything here. So
there you go.
Worked out really well.
Heck yeah.
There you go. Favorite event? There's many out there, both in the sprinting world as well as the distance world. Favorite event and why? Could be indoor or outdoor.
I've been into the steeplechase.
Yes! Steeple people! Let's go.
Yeah, so, I mean, indoor, I really enjoy the 3K. And then, like, when I was looking into, like, what I could run in outdoor, I was like, oh, the 15's, like, a little fast. The 5K, we kind of do that in cross. So I was like, well, I guess I'll try the steeple. And, yeah, I really enjoy it. I mean, my first like time running it, I was like, what did I sign myself up for? This is insane. But no, it's really cool and something different.
The first one's always the worst one.
Yeah.
And then it gets better from then on out.
Yeah. I'm like, I was stepping over the barriers. I feel like the first one and then you can only go up from there. So Yeah.
Always takes time. Winkle, how about you?
I would say probably I have to say the 400.
There you go.
Just because I do it all the time and I really do like it. And I think for indoor, there's definitely more of a strategy to it than an outdoor because you're indoor, you're not in the same lane all the time. Like you cut into the 200. So I like how that adds a little bit of, strategy to it. Because outdoor, you don't really have that. So I'd say the indoor 400. But I would love to do the pentathlon. I hope my coach sees this. That would be so much fun. It's such a variety.
We'll nudge coach. So.
Yeah, coaches, we got a plea over here.
We'll tag them.
It's a lot. It's hurdles, it's throws, it's jumps, it's running, it's everything. That's why I just think it'd be so much fun. So even if I don't do it, I love watching it. I just think it's so cool.
Oh yeah, the Olympians that do it make it look way too easy as well.
Oh yeah, I watched the Olympics and I'm like, I want to do all of it.
Yeah.
I want to do everything.
My shoulder hurts just watching them throw shot put. I don't understand that.
I know. Isn't it in LA? I think the next one.
Coming up, 28.
So, yeah.
28, yeah.
That'll be cool.
Okay. Yeah, shifting gears. What are you guys studying? Why are you in that major?
I'm studying sonography. So I kind of have always been interested in like anatomy and physiology and knew I wanted to do something in the medical field. But like ultrasounds, you don't have to deal with like the blood and like all like kind of the gross stuff that other health professionals have to do. So yeah, I figured that'd be a good fit for me.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And I'm studying psychology, which is, it's so easy to love, because it's like your brain and how it works and people and stuff. So it's very easy to love. But I'm a Spanish minor too. So I'm not fluent. I'm not going to lie. I try to be, I'm not.
That's okay.
I'm working on it. But I have, I'm graduating this semester. So then I'm looking at grad schools right now and I'm hoping to either get my master's or PhD. I'm not sure which one yet.
Wow.
Awesome. So you're like doing psychology because a lot of people are like psych majors and they're like, everyone's always asking them all the time, like, what are you doing with that? And they're like, I don't know. But
it's hard to do a lot with your bachelor.
Yes, for sure. So that's cool.
Yeah, you have like the things in your brain like, why do I like listening to musicals while I'm on the run? Then you can learn about it.
You can understand everyone else around you so much better.
Yeah, exactly. Read their minds.
For sure. Outside of running, off weekend from racing, have some time to kick back, relax. What's the go-to activity and why?
Feel like running.
Or running. Yeah, no, that's not a good answer.
It never stops though.
Yeah, it does never stop.
We play a lot of like card games and board games.
Oh,
like,
nice.
We love Skippo.
Skippo.
Yeah,
it's a good hotel
It's a
one
new
too.
one.
Yeah. We've heard euchre, we've heard poker. I don't think we've heard Skippo though. Might be a first one.
Recently we've been watching The Bachelor, so that's been fun.
We did that last year.
Yeah,
Nice.
Monday.
And then I think just when it's nice, we like go for walks and just try to do something. Maybe go to the rec, but yeah, we're pretty chill.
More active things.
Yeah. I know rock climbing has always been kind of in the ranks when it comes to the running team. Might be more the boys' side,
It might
though.
be.
We don't do too much of that.
Yeah, we're always the ones climbing the wall. Anyway, how about you?
Yeah, I really like swing dancing, honestly. I don't go often anymore because it's in downtown Grand Rapids. But yeah, we've gone a couple times and
It's so fun.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, so that or just chill activities. I like journaling. I like musical things. I can play the flute. I like playing the piano. I'm learning the ukulele and the guitar right now. So I mean that's work in progress.
You guys are so
especially
fun.
the guitar.
I think you might have a new friend.
You guys
She might
are
join
so
you for swing
cool.
dancing.
I just like, you guys are just so cool. Sometimes people are like, I just sleep. But you guys have so many cool
We did that.
hobbies.
Like our other friends, like Abby too. She plays the piano. So like literally last night we're just like hanging out and they're like playing the piano and it's so fun.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That is very cool. When it comes to the mentality for running, as we're winding down here, there's a lot of different things that people, go to, right? A core memory when you're in the thick of your race, final 200 meters in a sprint, the last 5K, really, it feels like in the steeple, even though it's really 1K, it feels like 5. When it comes to when you go down into the grid of the race, down the final stretch, what's the thing that keeps you going, especially in those tough times in running, and why do you go back to it?
I think you just have to remember like you do deserve to be here and you have the ability to race and you're fit and just like keep in mind, like reassuring yourself I think is important because I mean, a lot of the time if you're kind of off on your splits, you can get down on yourself and just like gather your thoughts, be like, I'm racing, I'm fit, I can be here. And just keep your mind in check.
Trust your training.
Self-confidence a little bit.
Yeah.
For sure. How about you, Abby?
I would say it's hardest for me to just get out of the blocks. That's when I'm nervous. Once I start running, then I feel like I'm okay. I feel like, I know how to run. I love running. Like this is where I'm supposed to be, I guess. But like I'd say what gets me through is honestly just the people, like the competitors just being like, she's right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I guess for cross country, it's definitely different because you have to self-motivate. But for track, for like a 400, it's like, she's right there.
Yeah.
You got to stay with her.
And it's over
or
in the
she's
blink of an
gonna
eye.
Get you. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, for sure.
For sure.
That's cool. We kind of tapped into this a little bit and like why you guys are here and playing collegiately. But what was the moment for you growing up when you were like, I can do this in college? Because I feel like a lot of people are unsure. Maybe you got reached out to and you're like, oh, okay, I'll try it. Like, what was that moment for you?
I think like honestly, like my high school coach was so like passionate and like always like looking out for the best in me. And he was like, you can do this.
That's
like,
awesome.
yeah. So he's like a huge inspiration for me. So he kind of pushed me to keep looking and further like my running career.
That's awesome.
For sure.
If it had to be a moment, I would probably say, I think it was my junior year of high school. I like ran the 200 and I didn't really have like the records in my head because I didn't know what they were. I didn't think I'd have a shot, but I finished the race and my coach told me that I like broke the record and I was like,
Wow.
what?
Wow.
Like that wasn't on my radar at all. And that was when I was like, maybe this is something I can keep doing.
That's
So,
awesome.
That's amazing,
That's
for sure. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us. Last question, though, before you go. It's always the good one we end with here on the show. What's your favorite thing about being here at Ferris State and being a Bulldog?
An obvious answer, just the memories and the friendships and just like on campus there's such good leadership. And yeah, I'm proud to be here. And yeah.
I would say like the school spirit. Like I
yes.
think people are very proud to be a Bulldog. And even like when we went to Texas for the game and
Yeah.
Yes.
even when I go to Florida, like people like love the Bulldogs. If I were anything Ferris, they're like, oh my gosh, Ferris? Like,
Yeah.
That's
you know,
awesome.
people are just very proud. And yeah, I think that's really cool.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the show, ladies, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you for
so
having
much.
us.
Big thanks goes out to Emily and Abby for joining us on the show. Great laughter, great stories, and great perspectives as always. Because, track and field, myself included, I wore my t-shirt, my sweatshirt, I should say. We're little crazy people. So it's great to get different perspectives on what is such a seemingly monotonous sport, but is nothing compared to that word.
Right. And I feel like they bring so much joy into the game and they just love the game. So I don't know. It was just nice to hear their perspective.
Absolutely. We got some great competitions coming up this weekend, including indoor track and field. They will be competing Saturday afternoon and then Sunday morning into early afternoon. That will be at University Center, which is a code word for Saginaw Valley State University. I don't know why they call their town that. That's their own thing. That's Saginaw's thing.
Whatever.
Go to the home of the Cardinals, the Ryder Center at the indoor track facility. It's a great venue. It's going to be great championships. I'm hoping to be there on Sunday. I know Tatum wants to be there, but you obviously got some things going on Friday. Scrimmage for volleyball. Very exciting. You guys can go to Bulldog Arena. But we also have hockey this weekend at home. The last regular season. It will be a 7:07 puck drop on Friday, 6:07 on Saturday against Northern Michigan. We're going to be honoring the seniors, especially on Saturday, and we're going to be honoring Coach Daniels for the majority of the weekend, which is great because all the just hard work that he's poured not only into the university, into the rink, into the team, into the program, the Frozen Four seasons, as well as the community at large. Should be a great showing for Coach Daniels this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be a great weekend. It's sad to see him, his time here come to an end. But,
Yeah,
all we can do is just be positive and happy for what he's done for the program.
absolutely. He's done some great things indeed. Basketball will be on the road this weekend. They are actually playing Thursday as we're recording this. They will be at 5:30, 7:30 against Wayne State in Detroit. And then they will be at Saginaw Valley on Saturday. Very exciting that you got basketball and indoor track competing in the same place.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy to
It's
think?
so rare that there's ever like two of our teams at the same place at the same time.
Isn't that crazy? It's going to be wild in
Yeah.
there. I'm jealous because I'll probably be back here for hockey, but it's going to be exhilarating to see what happens from that perspective. And then we also have tennis coming up on Sunday against Northwood. That's going to be very exciting to see how they fare. And then also we got some softball. I had to make sure to write these down so I don't miss it. Softball will be playing at Ohio Dominican. That will be on Friday at 1 and 3 o'clock will be the first pitches there against the Oilers, or excuse me, not the Oilers, the Ohio Dominican something mascot. It's like a Panthers or a Bearcat or something. I have no idea. It's online somewhere.
Yeah.
And then softball will be playing the Oilers of Findlay at 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock on Saturday. So that gets you all the goods. With softball, who talked to them earlier this week, they are very excited to be outside this week with the warm temperatures, and rightfully so.
Yeah. No, I'm happy for them. They're an outdoor sport and we just happen to live in such a cold snowy place. So
Yeah, and Mother Nature is not forgiving.
no, I mean, it feels so nice this week, and we already know what's coming next week.
Yeah, next week it's going to be snowing and negative 15 degrees because
Right.
that's how Mother Nature operates. But whether or not it's 15 degrees, negative 15 degrees, 70, or borderline Arctic polar blitz, we're still giving you episodes. So be sure to subscribe on Ferris Athletics YouTube as well as WBRN and Spotify, Apple Podcasts, of course. Be sure to follow us at @behind_Bulldogs. That's it. Tatum's running the account. We got some great stuff for you, some highlights as well added to the platforms. You can follow us there and find out the sneaky peek goods about who's coming on the show for potentially next week.
Heck yeah, keep suggesting. 'Cause
Please do.
We listen. So.
We might need to make another poll. I mean,
I
the
think we
first
do.
poll was massive.
We kind of went through everything that was on the first poll. So
Yeah.
we're going to have to make another. So tune in. If you really passionately want to see someone come on, go hit up the Instagram.
Yes. And you cannot nominate Brandon and Tatum. That doesn't
I know,
work.
you guys.
You can't do that.
I know. You just want to learn more about
did,
us. and-
Somebody did that last time. I don't understand. We can't clone ourselves. Or can we? AI? I don't know. We'll figure that out later. Until next time here on Behind the Bulldogs. See you later, everybody.